Hello rappers, this is Japton and welcome back to another Rapton Quick Shot. So today I'll be doing my Rapton Quick Shot of X-Men Dark Phoenix. Now if you don't know what's Rapton Quick Shot, it's a series in which I review movies that I have just seen with no spoilers. So let's get into it. X-Men Dark Phoenix, it's not as bad as people say, 100% not as bad, and it doesn't deserve the hate it's getting. It doesn't deserve to be the lowest rated X-Men movie, okay? Now, I'm one of the people who liked Apocalypse. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I don't think it's as good as no way near Logan, but it was enjoyable. So, do I think it's better than Apocalypse? 100%. Do I think it's better than X-Men Last Stand? Yes. People might disagree, but it's just because people are not giving it a chance because of the ruined reputation from X-Men from Apocalypse. So I promise you, you won't waste your money if you watch this. Now let's get into the review itself. The first act of the movie was actually good. When I watched this movie, because of all that I heard, I'm like, okay, this is going to be worse than Apocalypse, really? When I watched it, I'm like, this is not as bad, okay? It's not as bad. And then I mean, I was surprised, honestly. It was enjoyable, the first act. And then the director, he revealed that Mystique actually dies from the trailers, and then he's like and then everyone was like, why would you spoil that, right? And then he was like, no, she's not the only one who dies, as his excuse for why he spoiled that. Well, he was lying. Mystique is the only person who dies in the movie. Like, the only X-Men member who dies in the movie. He was lying, just, I mean, there is one more X-Men who dies in the movie, but in the very end. And, yeah, so, the ending was kinda weird. I'm like, are we really just ending here? The ending kind of felt like incomplete. I needed more conclusion, especially that this movie is the last movie in the X-Men continuity. I'm like, really? You're just gonna end here? So I was really weirded out. I needed more answers. So yeah, the movie really went dark after Mystique's death. Like, so dark. I got chills. The soundtrack, which stands out by the way in this movie, also helped to make the scene of Mystique's death really intense. I got chills. Especially Nicholas Hoult, his acting in that scene is good. Nicholas Hoult tries his best, especially other actors, like the actor who's playing Cyclops, Sophie Garner, if I'm not mistaken with her family name, the girl who plays Jean Grey, and who else? James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender. They're all trying their best. I mean, in the first act, some of the lines are campy, but the actors are still trying their very best. So yeah, they really care about this. They really want it to be a good conclusion. What else? So, yeah. So the last act of this movie is really good. It is really good. Some people said that after the first act finishes, the middle act kind of slows down. It slows down, but not as much. But it is good anyways. It's not like it's the worst part of the movie. I've seen John Campia's review. He's like, oh, I saw the first act, and then when the second act started, I'm like, oh no, the movie is really bad. No, it's not. I saw nothing wrong with it, to be honest. But the Beast's character takes a really big shift, but maybe because we've never seen him. I mean, they're like, you would know that people were like, you would know that his character won't act like this because of what we've seen him in previous movies, but we've never seen him in previous movies lose someone who they love, like Mystique. So when he lost her, he did have a really big shift in his character. So yeah, I think his character was okay. Towards the end, he got back to normal, but he had nothing to do really in the end. James McAvoy, Charles Xavier in this movie, you feel for him because he's put in new grounds where he doesn't know what to do, where like he tries to do good with the humans, but he loses the relationship of the X-Men. He tries to do good with the X-Men, but he loses the relationship of the humans. So he's just put in new ground where he doesn't know what to do, and he's in a confusing place. He doesn't know anything. The scene with Magneto and Jean Grey, where the helicopter turbine is turning, that was actually good. I saw the clip of that scene before watching the movie, and it was good. It's really good. It's not like anything amazing like the last fight in Avengers Endgame. It's obviously nothing like that, but it's good. It is good for what it is. The movie holds up, but this is the problem with the movie. It's just good. It's between good and mediocre. It's nothing great. It's obviously better than the bad X-Men movies, but it's not way better than the bad X-Men movies. So this is where the movie stands. It's between bad. It's not bad. It's between mediocre and good. Between mediocre and okay, if they're not really the same thing. There is a good movie. There is really a good movie hidden inside there, but it's not utilized properly. Especially when I saw that a new X-Men movie was coming out. When I saw the Dark Phoenix trailer, and I saw this scene with Quicksilver running up to Jean Grey, I'm like, I love Quicksilver, and I'm so thrilled to see a new Quicksilver montage. We saw one in the Days of Future Past, which was really good. We saw one in Apocalypse, which was even better, if you want to say. I liked it. It was really good. I was so excited to see one, but his character is so underutilized. They don't use him properly. I mean, he dies in this. Not dies. Sorry, he doesn't die. He gets hurt, he gets injured, and then you hear nothing about him in the final act. He gets injured in the second act and then just leaves. The first act is not as long, just to say. I was so mad that his character was so underutilized, especially that this is the last X-Men movie in the X-Men continuity, and I wanted something. I thought maybe they'll give us the last Quicksilver montage, something that is really good, especially that the Quicksilver fans are really big. No, his character was underutilized. So, this is my review for my Rapcon quick shot for X-Men Dark Phoenix. So I'll give my rating for this movie. This movie will get 7.5. A 7.5 or 8. I'm not really sure. I think I'll have to go with an 8. This has to go with a 7.5. Okay, final rating for this movie is a 7.5 because there's a hidden movie inside and there's a good story. Trust me, the story is good. The movie is good. The idea around it, everything around it, the script maybe is good, but it's not utilized properly. Maybe because he's a first director, the director of this movie. He's a first director as he's a producer and a writer. Maybe because this is his first movie to direct. He didn't know how to utilize that script properly. So maybe that's why the movie isn't as good as it should be. This movie could have easily been good if it was given to a better director. Not saying that he was bad, not saying that his directing was bad. If it was given to a more experienced director, it would have been better. We would have gotten a better conclusion to the last X-Men movie. But sadly, we don't get that. And as I said, the final rating is a 7.5 out of 10. It's way better than The Incredible Hulk, which I gave a 7. But this movie gets a 7.5 because the story is good, not utilized properly. And that's my third Draped-On Quick Shot. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram. I post a lot about comic book news, what I've been doing, what I've been watching, what new reviews are coming soon, and all about that. So if you're interested about that, just follow me. It's going to be in the link in the description below. And I also have a Twitter, but I don't really do a lot there. But if you're interested, just follow me down there. It's also going to be in the link in the description. And have a nice rest of the day.
I can't actually remember the last time you were the one risking something. And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to X-Women. Stop!